Hi everyone, welcome to video number 3 for cross stitching, and we're going to cover the back stitch and initials today. I have not finished my complete design. My guitar goes here, but I wanted to show you the back stitching before we got too far along. Back stitching is one of the simplest things to do in cross stitch, and it also means that you're almost done. So finish your entire design first and then do your back stitching. Most of the time back stitching is outlining. Sometimes you might have something else to do. I have my guitar strings to do. They lay on top. But most people are just going to be outlining. So what you want is one strand of thread in whatever color it says indicates on your pattern. Anchor it on the back. And then start anywhere you'd like around the edge of your letter. Generally, I don't like to have more than a span of about 3 stitches at the most. I generally prefer 2 to be my longest. But of course, these around the corner are just going to be 1 stitch. So you just come up, say in a corner there, and then go back to complete the stitch. So now I'm going to come up again in that corner, down in this one to complete the stitch. Now these corners can be a little bit harder to get into because they're already filled with thread. A lot of them have several stitches in them. So they can be a little bit harder to find from the back side. If they are, go ahead and turn it over, find the hole. Now here I'm going to take a 2 stitch. So instead of making separate ones, I just did 2. Now this bottom one, since there's 3 there, I'm going to do all 3 at once. The reason I don't like to do more than 3 is because, as you'll see when I pull this, they aren't quite as taut. And once you get more than about 3, that stitch can start to gape a little bit. So if you keep them to 2 to 3 at the most, I'm going to travel up this side of the G using 2 stitches. Now the other thing I want to show you is how to make your initials. I would keep going all around the G just like I was. My guitar is going to be here, so my initials are going to be somewhere in this vicinity here. I don't know if this is really where they'll end up, but I'm going to stitch them for you here now. I do ask you, though, to keep it just a square or 2 away from the design, because you don't want to get too far down here, because remember, I'm going to trim these, and then I need a seam allowance to sew them into the quilt. So if you put it too far to the edge, they might get lost in the stitching. So I'm going to start my initials here. I'm just going to make a simple P. I'm going to make skinny letters. You can make any kind of letters you like. So I'm stitching around the P, top part of the P. And I'm going to make my S and start up in this corner here. And if you save your initials to the last, they will be the most fun of all, because when you finish them, you're done. And I have one more more stitch to complete the bottom of my S. And I'm finished. So your initials can be as simple as that. I will try to upload a chart to the group chat that has simple initials on it for you to follow if you'd like. If you haven't started your letters, please do so. If you work 10 or 15 minutes a day, you'll be done in no time, less than a week. Remember that if you don't think you're going to finish it on time, please mail it back early to us. On the earlier side, if you know you're not going to get done, or you don't think you're going to get done, we don't mind finishing them for you, but having them a little sooner would be better because we really do want to get this quilt together for Tori for her shower. It would be really nice, and I can't sew it together unless I have all the pieces. So hopefully we'll see you all at the shower on December 5th. I can't wait to see your lovely creations. Bye.